welcome back, everyone. We are looking at Bitcoin, and since today is Friday and the CME closes at 4 p.m. Central Time, we are looking at our weekly candles. We did have a strong last 4 weeks of selling, and this week was not any less. We had a lot of selling as well this week. The main thing I pointed out earlier in the week was that we need to hold this 236 level, the $38,388. We've been flirting with that all week this week. As long as we can close above this 38,388, we can look for our retracement to the $44,216 next week. Obviously, our first level of resistance is going to be 42,000 even, and then we can look for the higher extensions if we can get to 42,000. That's the 21. If we do continue to the downside and we close under the 38,388, we have had these three levels, and I'm going to add a fourth level of interest to the downside. The first level being at 37,000 even. That was our support previously throughout the last few months, and that is also where the 100 EMA is at. Losing this level, we have the bottom of the Bollinger Band support, which is at around 33,000 and 34,000, between that range of $1,000. And if we lose that, we have the $29,000 level of support, and right under that, we have the 200 at 26,900. So around 27,000. If we start closing a weekly candle under 27,000, we can just assume that we might make a little bit deeper retrace, and it could go almost, like 18, 19,000. Looks like that was the last level of support on the left. So it is imperative that we don't lose these levels. I'm going to actually mark this level off because it is a level of interest for me. So we will come back to that if we ever get that low. It's not that it can get there, but it is definitely a level of interest, $19,500 level. If the 200 is broken, I would look for this level to be the next level of support. So I'm going to keep all this on a weekly, and then let's go to the daily and zoom in a little bit on the action. So on a daily, we had this channel, this red channel, ascending for a while. We've been testing into this, and I've been saying it's trying to make this head and shoulder. And I think everyone got excited a day or two ago when we shot up really quickly and then got rejected by the 21 immediately. And I was like, just be careful. This looks like it's a distribution. So that's kind of what we're looking at today. Is this low going to get tested again? Like it's been tested previously multiple times this level. And are we going to find support on this level this time around? I don't know how many times we've tested this level, but once we broke this level, we found some support on this level, which was 37,000. If we lose this 38,400 today and we close under it, I'm going to look for 37,000 at support. If we can't come down here and bounce up and then find some support to the bottom and basically break back above this 382 fib, then we can look for a deeper retrace. This deeper retrace is going to have all the sellers and shorters pile on, and we can go deep down. I don't know how low we could go. We can stop here. We can stop here. We can stop anywhere, really. We won't know until we have a daily candle close on low sell volume and another one open up with high volume to show, hey, the bottom is in. So there's going to be a lot of people holding their breath because they all have stop losses in this area. And this $37,000 area is market maker's wet dream to be able to break it just to collect the liquidity to the downside and then go right back up. That's what's going to frustrate a lot of traders, being not prepared for this move, having too tight stop. The market just takes everyone's stop loss around here and then it just pumps it right back up. That's back to this range, come back down, wiggle around with the sideways consolidation, kind of similarly what we did here. But the issue is on a daily, the 21 EMA is under all the EMAs. So this is the first layer of resistance. So even if we do turn it back around, this 21 EMA is going to be our level of resistance. And if we do turn around now, today or tomorrow, and we don't make a new low, that's also a reason to think that the upside will be tested next. And maybe the 21 will break this time since it's been tested 3 times and did not break. Once here, once here, once here. Maybe this time it will break, and then we'll test the 55 this time, and then consolidate between the 21 and the 55 before testing the 100 and then we could get rejected off this 44,000 level area, and then look to test back the bottom of the channel again, going to the midline, consolidating, going back up. So those are the two paths. We just have to see, is this the bottom or not? Is in the next 2-3 days we will see if we can find a bottom here. And then if we start closing daily candles under this $38,400 level, then we should assume the weekly candle will close underneath this level as well. And then we should start planning for the path to the downside before we start looking for upper targets, due to the fact that the weekly candle is going to continue its selling posture. We need to have next week open on some bullish volume to the upside, and that might be possible due to the fact that it's a brand new month. So all the selling pressure can subside at the end of this month, and then we can start off next month bullish due to the fact that it's a brand new quarter. So these are all things I want you to keep in mind. We don't know if it's going to go up or down, but we can understand why people are being squeezed out, and a bottom can be forming, and then we can start going to the upside. And then all the people who did not buy here because they were scared, panicked, or got stopped out will start chasing the price up higher and higher next week or next month as prices go up due to market makers starting to mark up the price, getting ready for the next cycle. So as of right now, it looks like market makers accumulating while drawing a head and shoulder formation to trick out retail to the downside and then quickly bring it right back up. But how low we go before this retracement to the upside comes, I don't know. That's why I'm saying we need to hold this level of support. If we lose that level, we still got this level. Worst case scenario, we have this level, and then we still can go to the upside. There's no need to panic even if we come into this consolidation area, because we already know that it's been tested multiple times, so it's possible to come back here. But this might be the last time this comes down here on a daily and weekly level before to the upside. So this could be the long-term bottom is the point I'm trying to make. So just be aware of that. For especially for anyone who's looking for lower than 37,000, just be aware that it could be a whole setup by the market maker painting this picture, thinking you're going to go down, but it's actually preparing for the next trace to the top side. Probably as soon as we break out of this formation here, you should have a better idea. So aside from that, I'm going to go to the 4-hour. On the 4-hour time frame, we are doing the exact same dance. We are testing that level of support to the downside at 38,450. If we lose it, we have the Bollinger Band and the midline of this channel as another layer of support, which is right around 38,000. And then under 38,000, we have $1,000 drop to 37, and then losing 37, we have almost a $4,000 or $5,000 drop to 33 and under, depending on where it wants to find its. So that's what's going on. And then keep in mind, we also pushed off the 55 and we are under the 200. So it is very important that this 4-hour candle does not see increased selling pressure, because since it just opened up and it opened up after a nice big rejection off the 21, we can probably test the bottom of this next 4 hours. I'm just losing this 38 for. We're going to be gunning for this midline, and this midline is weak because there's already a lot of consolidation around here. If we hit this and people panic, people might just cut their losses. And the panic, it being Friday, the end of the month, people already exhausted with this level tested multiple times. People might just close their position. Other people might open short. Then we can just see a cascading effect causing liquidations and people getting margin called to close out their position and just cascading into the downside. So just be very, very careful. Things are very precarious. If you're taking a long right now, keep that stop loss tight. If you are short, I mean, good luck to you. Keep your stop loss right above here, above 39,000. If we start breaking above 39,200 and start making 4 closes, then I would say, hey, the bottom retracement might be over and we should be looking at upper targets next. So that's the plan for Bitcoin. I'm going to go to Ethereum on a weekly and repeat the same process. All right, Ethereum on a weekly is still in sell mode. We need to basically get above 2,927, and Ethereum is showing a weaker picture than Bitcoin, kind of making it seem that Ethereum is going to gun for this 2,400 level area, which we've been mentioning all week anyway. But it does seem more likely that Ethereum tries to come to this level, or it might even come down to 2750 and then turn around. But if we lose 2750, I'm looking at this 236 as the next level of support before we decide if we want to hold it and go back up, or if we break this down and make this forward target more possible. Same situation is happening on Ethereum with this head and shoulder formation. We just don't know if it's going to make one shoulder and then take us to the downside or not. So we need to wait and see. It was this week already looks like we lost this 238. I mean 382. If we can get back and close at least above this 55 EMA at 2900, I would say we have a chance of finding support on 55 EMA up due to the fact that we found some support in the 100 before. So maybe we can turn everything around on 5. Same way how people are looking at that head and shoulder. Well, we can also be forming new head and shoulder situation inverted to the top side. If this measured move to the bottom got negated over here, well, then this could be the next formation to the side right now forming. This little flag consolidation can be a bull flag to the well, hypothesis if price wants to take this that way. Okay, I'm going to go to a daily. On a daily time frame, we can see that we are rejecting right off of 21 EMA. We lost the 55, so this is in a bearish stance, and we are going to test the downside. So if this day can basically not make a new low under 2,800, we can say, hey, the chances for the weekend to rally to the upside is a little bit greater than us continuing to the downside. But losing the 382 was already bad. Then we got rejected off the 21, and 21 is on 55. So if this retracement wants to come to the downside, don't be surprised. The second we lose this level over here at 2800, we can just start trickling down and consolidate up, down. Then we can try to look for an upward move. As we are slowly consolidating to the downside, shorts will build up, and what will happen is we'll spike up just to liquidate those shorts. And as those shorts get closed out, their market buying pausing this influx price. Then retail sees the price is moving up fast, they get excited, they pile on, chasing the price, pushing it even further up until the big sell comes where they all get liquidated long, but because of the big market seller for certain resistance levels, such as like the 21 yen or this fib. So keep this all in mind. I am looking at this asset very, very attentively, trying to get in, but I've been patient all week with these targets to the downside. And I did have this measured move to the downside here from this previous little formation, and we did basically hit it. We didn't hit it completely, but we got close enough, and we tried to do a quick retrace to the upside. Got rejected over the last 2 3 days, and now we're basically downside again. Since it's the end of the week at 4 p.m., whatever this candle closes at, they'll get set in, and then whatever happens over the weekend will just be noise until the CME opens again on Sunday at 6 Central. Be very wary what's going on. It does look a little scary, but it also looks good due to the fact that it's a sideways consolidation. As long as we can find some buy support as volume comes in today or tomorrow, we should start looking for sideways and up. We go to the 4 hour, and on the 4 hour, we are testing the downside. This last 4 hour candle close, we did break down to the 21, and we were looking like we were going to go sideways right now, and maybe even have a reprieve bounce in the market open. And even if we do open and start climbing, I think 2900 is level of resistance, and after 2900, our previous high at 29. Once we can get above 29.50 in this fib and this 21 and 55 EMA, we can look for higher targets. But even though we have the path to the upside, we have huge resistance at 3,033, which is the 200 EMA, and then after that we have 3,300. So the levels to the upside are all with resistance. The path to the downside right now has resistance, but if a big buyer steps up, then they'll end the path to the downside. And there is a lot of people with liquidity on the side waiting for an entry, and they've been patient with cash sitting. They might step up at any point. So just be very, very careful. If you're looking for lower targets, I completely understand why, but you might not have those targets hit. A big buyer, such as a silly tweet from Elon Musk, can make the market pump $1,000, $2,000, and you're just left there holding your hand because you didn't even get 10% allocation. So, in that situation, just make sure you dollar cost average it. Do not get too excited. Weekend's already here. Have your game plan for what you want to do. See if it comes in the weekend due to low volume. Maybe those lower extremes get hit because people are not at their computers buying up the asset to defend it over the weekend, and the market maker gets his wish and pushes it down on the volume just to bring it right back up when CME opens at 6 Sunday. So those are the things I wanted to make sure you guys are aware of. If you guys have any questions or concerns, please leave it in the comment section below. I will be doing other videos and giving them out to you as soon as possible. So please do like, subscribe, press the bell button for notifications for real-time updates so you get the info as it comes out so you can take advantage. And if there are any other assets you would like me to cover, please leave it in the section below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much, guys, for taking the time to watch these videos. Have a great weekend. Be safe, and I will see you soon. Thank you.